We were expecting BOK to hike rate today, and that it would be first major central bank to hike. Couple of reasons, obviously, in terms of financial stability, and also because we thought that growth will be around 4%, which is well above the potential growth that the BOK governor was alluding to. Even for next year, the growth is going to be around 3%. So we think that the interest rate will be hiked again in November. Recall that the government actually is targeting vaccinating its population, about 70% of them, by Chuseok holidays, and also adjusting in terms of the social distancing measures perhaps by October and November, and that should actually provide support for rebound or stronger growth in fourth quarter. We think that will pave the way for further rate hike by the central bank in November.
So what's your call for the KRW for perhaps the next 12 months or so? And obviously that would hinge a lot on what kind of expectations that you have for the Bank of Korea as well as for the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, so I think what you just mentioned, Federal Reserve, I think has a lot to do, and also in terms of, what we're thinking about China's growth as well, right? It has an impact in terms of currencies out in Asia, not just Korean won. I think it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. I'm expecting it to accelerate in the short term, meaning actually appreciate towards the end of the year, and then basically starting to depreciate again. So it's going to be a little bit mixed bag as far as Korean won is concerned. I think that in terms of the growth support by rebound in China in fourth quarter from the weakness of third quarter will actually shift some of the expectation as far as not just Korean won but other currencies as well.
How finely balanced was this decision to come out of the BOK? Because we heard that the decision was not unanimous. There was one dissenter because the market was really split on exactly what the BOK was going to do. So how finely balanced do you think this was? And Sherry was kind of asking you in the first question how many more hikes you see in this cycle. We've been reporting that there are some economists suggesting there could be as many as 3. What's your call on that?
Yeah, so by end of next year, we could actually see policy rate basically going to 1.5%. That's towards the end of next year. But we think that after the November rate hike, there'll be some kind of pause because, first of all, there are 3 MPC members' seat will be actually exchanged, meaning that Dr. Go has left for FSC, basically to chair it, and there are 2 more seats, including the governor's seat, actually coming due in terms of the term, and that needs to be, or they need to be replaced. So I think that's going to cause some hiatus as far as rate hike is concerned in the first half, and then rate hike resuming in the second half of next year.